I think that right now he went into that box and he called out calmly, "Oh, that's a voice recording that was private." Angie panicked. She didn't know what to do because she knew she was caught. It was just Luke's. It was just Luke's voice, but it was private. Well, yeah. Hold on, I can't do this. I got to get other people up in this box, take the attention off of me. Angie, you messed up, girl. Like, you messed up big time. Seriously, by doing all of this, you really did. I cannot tell you how disappointed I am with you, Angie. I'm not a biased host, and I would never take sides, and I let everybody have their opinion. Y'all know this. All the time, the entire time, he was blocked. Until everybody got to go up there and have their 6v1 against Chester and all of y'all's bullshit with Luke and all of that stuff, and then you wanted to unblock him. People aren't stupid. The viewers aren't stupid, Angie. You panicked. And in your panic, you made 3 very, very critical mistakes. And I don't even need to sit here and tell you what they are again. You know. And it wouldn't surprise me if your followers just started bloop, 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 after this, because they see how fake you are after all of this. Anyways. Sorry. I need to get that out because that was playing on me, dude. That was something else. Anyways. Hi.
Hi.
Love you.
Love you too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I actually wrote quite a few notes during Luke's Oscar-worthy winning speech up there. So I'll just go through all my notes. If you want to listen, you can listen. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to. It's fine either way. But we'll get to 10k taps first. We'll get the shares so I don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. If someone wants to get Chester, he can come in here. We're not going to ridicule him or try to gaslight him or change what he's seen or his experiences. It's up to him whether he wants to or not. But yeah, if you can let him know, he's more than welcome to be in here if he wants to.
Or mentally or emotionally manipulate him. Because that's
but anyway, I will talk through like everything that I wrote down, because I was vigorously writing away whilst someone thankfully played the live to me on a FaceTime, because I was unable to get into the live in a non-biased live that was spoken about me. Accusations was made about me, but I was unable to respond. However, everyone else was, even people who's not involved. Anyway, so first of all, I just want to say Luke just perfectly showed another example of how he personally outs people's mental health. I did go to Luke at one point and said I was quite down and depressed with the situation with Evil Queen and the staff, and I was in a really dark place, and he said on Angie's live today that Alex was wanting to do stupid things to himself. So there's another example of Luke outrightly exposing what my personal trauma and my personal mental health, because I told you that in trust, that I was going through a dark place because of TikTok, and now you've used it on Angie's live to get back at me. But everyone's saying, oh, why did you only sit on information? So right there in your face, put away the fake tears for a minute and put away the fake and the coughs. He just outed my own mental health and something that I was going through to thousands of people on a platform that I was blocked out of. So when I'm telling you that he outed Chester's, he just outed mine in front of your own eyes. I think 3 times I counted he had to point out that Alex wanted to do stupid things to himself. Everyone knows what stupid things means, and that's not for Luke's business to be able to out that my business on someone's live, especially when I'm blocked. That's point number 1. Number 2 is that I have never really been in Chester's lives. I haven't been around Chester, so I don't know anything about Chester. So this whole deflection that Chester said it on live, I don't watch Chester. I don't know of Chester. I'm not Chester's friend. We have no loyalties to each other whatsoever, okay? But he told me, and I'll tell you why he told me those about Chester, because he didn't tell you guys why, did he? He just said it was said on live. Chester was blocking Torian from Luke's live, and he kept dropping Torian out the box, and it was the day that he demodded Chester, and he called me up after that live in pure anger. As he said, he likes to bitch about people, and he was in a massive rant, and he called me up and he said, fuck Chester, I'm done with that boy. The amount of money that I've spent on that boy, the amount of money that I've lent on that boy, you know, the amount of trauma that I've been through because he tried to X, Y, and Z. He wasn't going, oh, Chester's just said this in a live. He was outing Chester's personal experiences. I don't want to talk too much on Chester's personal experiences because that's his trauma, and I'm not here to bring up people's traumas, okay? That's not what I'm about. But I'm telling you the context was because Chester was dropping Torian and Luke was angry at Chester. So he called me in rage. In fact, do you remember that live where Chester was dropping Torian? Because a lot of you was in there. So, well, just, do you remember that live? In the chat? You can just put yes or no. Thank you, King Louis. Yeah. Okay.
And just to clear up something before he goes on that. Sorry, baby, I didn't mean to interrupt you. To everybody in here who's saying Alex isn't blocked, yes, he was up until about 10 minutes ago. And she came into his live before she went live today, this morning, and said, "You're not welcome." In the chat, "You're not welcome." She put that, and she blocked him. And then she unblocked him only after she got Chester in the box and everybody had their say. And after Luke had his say, she didn't want him there the entire time. So yes, he was blocked up until about 5 minutes before he went live. Yeah, so just so y'all know, yes, he was. And I got blocked on not one, not two, but three different, sorry, fingers are hard. 3 different accounts. I got blocked on 3 different accounts, and I didn't make one comment. They just seen me, didn't want to deal with me, and left me out. And pop, bloop, I'll be yours with this unbiased host.
She said it in my live today that I wasn't welcome. So if I'm not welcome, that's fine. I'll respect your wishes. I'm not here to argue with you or incite hate. It's crazy. Anyway. So yeah, that was the context of how I knew about Chester, was that he was upset that Chester dropped Torian, so he called me fuming about Chester and said, I'm done with him, I'm blocking him, I'm demodding him. And if you remember correctly, Chester was demodded that live. His powers were taken away. You can ask Chester if you like, after that live. And that's when he told me about Chester's personal experiences, again, that I don't need to go into. So let's stop gaslighting Chester, that that's his fault, and he spoke about it on live. This is insane. The way they're gaslighting Chester, that it's his fault for his trauma being exposed by someone else. But where was that energy when Miss Red exposed Zach's trauma? It was Zach's fault, not Miss Red's. So keep the energy. Okay? Right. Next thing. Luke, you did not tell... You told Cowboy on the phone, Alex needs to stay off the FYP, and you told me on the phone, Cowboy needs to stay out of your FYP. And that's the reason why we clashed. Because I was saying one thing for me, for what you was telling me, and he was saying one thing that you was telling him. And then we were clashing because I was like, Luke's just told me this. So don't sit there and lie and say you told Cowboy. Yeah, you did actually. You did. You told Cowboy that Alex needs to leave the FYP. You told the truth on that, but you didn't tell the flip side of what you did when you hung up the phone and went to the other side. You went to the other side, you called me, and you told me, what is Cowboy talking about? If he's not happy, he can stick to his game shows, he can stay out of this. It's not your place to leave. If he's not happy with your platform, he can get off the app. So you did. I'll give you that. You did call Cowboy, but you're missing the whole second part, that you called me as well and twisted it.
And said the exact opposite. Because here's the deal. We couldn't figure it out. This is the weirdest thing to me. And I was telling him about this yesterday. Right? For days, day after day after day after day after day after day after day, damn day. For 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight, me and him, we argued every single damn day. Did we not?
Yeah, every day.
Every day. You guys, these weren't like little petty disagreements. These were knockdown dragouts. I mean, this was like full on fucking arguments. And we never do that. And guess what? Since he dropped Luke, since he made the decision to do that, and he hasn't been in his ear, and he hasn't been in mine, we haven't argued at all. Not even one fucking time. That says something right there. That literally says something about the influence that that words have from somebody that's coming from that you actually respect. And that's the truth. And the reason that all of this is coming out like the way that it's coming out, and the reason that everybody's seeing it for what it is, look, people might not like Alex, okay? They might not like me. but they have to respect the truth. And that's the reason, like, Angie was panicking in her live whenever Chester called her on that. And then she had to get other people in the box because she couldn't handle that up there. She couldn't, because she doesn't know. She's thick up here. But she thinks she does. And she wants to try to manipulate the situation into her favor. But the problem is that truth has the benefit of being true, and you can't negate it. You can't reason with it. You can't argue with it. You just have to accept it. And that's the reality.
Yeah. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. I will say thank you at the end, just mid-speech, but thank you. The next point, Luke constantly said, this is so funny. Luke constantly said in Angie's live, I told him not to talk about Zach. I told him to talk about EQ. I told him you don't start talking about Misread. Yeah. So you just outed yourself. You constantly told me what to talk and not talk about. You just decided to say, I told him the stuff that you thought you wanted people to hear. But the key phrase there is, I told him.
Yep. I got 24 of them where he said, I told them to do this. Right here, 24 of them. I was taking notes when he was talking. 24 different instances when he said, I told them not to do this. I told them to do this. This is the controlling factor that we're talking about. This is what Alex has been talking about. This is what I've been talking about. The controlling factor that Chester is talking about, that Zach was talking about a long time ago. 24 times in less than, what was that, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
24 times in less than 15 minutes. That's almost 2 a minute. That he said, I said this. I told him not to do this. I told him to do this. I told him not to do this. I told him to do that. That is the controlling manipulation that we're talking about. By his own admission. By his own admission.
Yep, so the comments from his mouth. I told him don't talk about Zach. I told him not to talk about Misread. I told him, yeah, so I told him. There's the true bit. And then not to is the lie. But the truth came out your mouth. I told him because you did. And again, I've got screenshots of that. I'm not going to bring it up now. I don't need to because everyone knows. But I'm just saying, you did. You told me what to say about certain people and everyone sees through it. And that's why you decided to go on Delusive Angie's live today. You couldn't even face your own guilt on your own platform to your own people. That's how much you knew you fucked up, that you had to explain to get validation from a whole different group of people who don't support you. You couldn't even face the music with your own supporters, and that says a lot about you. That is screams guilt. Screams guilt.
It's true, and not to mention the fact that the only other person besides EQ that Luke talked about negatively on a daily basis, I mean, because he can't stand EQ. Okay, that's whatever. That's irrelevant on that part. But the only other person that he talked that much shit about was Angie, which that's ironic. That's ironic because he said so much about Angie every day. Oh, this fucking cult, this fucking bitch, or this fucking
alcoholic, wino.
Oh my god! I mean,
Yeah,
and then
in the box battle, anything for a drink, she'll do. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Anyway, Angie, if she thinks I'm inciting hate, Angie doesn't deserve to know what's been said about her.
True.
So 1 second, I wrote some more notes. I was typing quickly, but yeah, I did write notes just to make sure that I reacted properly.
It was so crazy because he texted me. He was like, "I'm taking notes." I was like, I sent him a picture. I was like, "Me too." Like,
so I'll go to the clip that was played of me saying the people in my life how much I care about them and support them, and that I don't have many friends in real life, which is true, and yous make my days, which is also very true. There's 3 strange things about that. Number one, unlike me, unlike a lot of people, actually take the time to talk with people off the app to build actual friendships and relationships, because people aren't just numbers to me. They're actual people who I can learn from, who I have, and they can learn from me. For whatever reason, if that's manipulation, that's fine. I'll keep building my friendships because I don't need to take friendship advice from Luke the Judge. Secondly, the fact that you have screen recordings of my lives from weeks ago that you're sitting on now, but your counter argument is, why did Alex sit on information? But you've just done that. So you sat on videos of me being such a bad person until you're not friends with me, and now you show them. You've done the same thing as me then. So your counter argument is invalid, but you've done the same thing. Thirdly, the exact clip that you played, I'm not going to bring light to the page, But the exact video that you used, it was used on a page that was going for Cowboy for months. For months and months. And you sent that clip to be used as your evidence. I say no more on that. Because I had the suspicion about you after this. And you just proved that to me. And Cowboy knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I won't bring light to that. But yeah, if any blue and whites, you'll know.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, I had never actually said anything against Luke. I never have. Alex has his problems with Luke. That's fine. I didn't like the fact that Luke was telling me one thing and telling him another about the exact same thing. And it was driving a wedge between us. And I think that Luke, honestly, I don't know. I can't speak on it, and I really don't want to throw around accusations. But if I had to guess, I think Luke fancies Alex. I think that's what it really comes down to, and on that side of it. But I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, because Luke called Alex every single day and trying to talk to him and get him on the phone. Everybody didn't want me on the conversations, and I never called Luke. Luke said that I called him. I may have called Luke one time.
Yeah, when he said all the time. You wouldn't answer, Cowboy. You wouldn't like to talk to him.
He didn't want to talk to me. He only called me when he had a problem with what Alex was doing.
Yeah.
That's the only time he ever called me. For real. And I'm saying this wholeheartedly, hand on heart, literally right now, okay? Literally, I only got a phone call from Luke when he wanted to go off about what Alex was fucking doing. And that was it. And it was never a calm conversation either, by the way. Luke, you're very... Look, I'm aggressive. You're temperamentally aggressive. I don't know if maybe it's something that I don't know about that's going on in your life. I don't like to assume things. But from what I do know is that you didn't want me on the conversations with you and Alex because you knew that I was smart enough to see between your bullshit. You knew that. That's the reason you never spun it with me. When you did talk to me, it was always yelling and screaming about what he was doing and telling me to go get my man and get him in check and this and I'm like, dude, this is a fucking person. I ain't gonna control him. You think I can control Alex? Are you fucking kidding me? Have you met him?
Can I just say as well, the aggressive screaming and shouting is very selective. He knows you to use it on. Because when I would tell Cowboy, he'd be like, oh, the small times I spoke to Luke, he's pretty calm. But then that one time he saw the true Luke because they got into a shouting match. And that's where he really saw, really saw what character Luke is. When you had that big screaming, shouting match on the phone. And Luke backed down like a little mouse because he realised that he couldn't manipulate or control Cowboy. But if that was someone else who accepted that screaming and shouting, he would have continued.
Yeah, well, when Luke started screaming and shouting at me on the phone, basically... I'm not going to go into what he was saying or what I was saying, but basically as the screaming and shouting, if anybody knows me... If y'all know me, y'all know I can scream and shout with the best of them. I'm a hot-blooded Texan, okay? And I told him straight up, I was like, motherfucker, I'll do your fucking head in, dude, for real. you say you're going to come over here and bash my head in? Literally? That because I won't do what you're telling me to do? You got me completely fucked up. Completely twisted. For every minute, for every number on that fucking clock, you got me fucked up all the way around it. And I'll scream right back with him, but he never tried that with me after that day. And any other time, it was yelling, but it was yelling in a manner that was like, wait, how do y'all say like proper? It's like proper yelling, yeah. I guess. It wasn't angry yelling like, no. But yeah, he told me he was a boxer. That he was like a Golden Gloves or a fucking like a professional boxer or something that he would fucking bash my head in or some dumb shit. I don't fucking know. But while we're at this real quick, I don't know if he's here, but I want to say something if it's okay, babe. Yeah. To Zach the Brat. Bro, I don't like what you said to me at the very beginning, but sticks and stones, right? Sticks and stones. I'm a very kind of forgiving kind of type person unless you just go too far. So I'll say I'm sorry to you, Zach the Brat, honestly, because you're just not as bad as you were being portrayed. And again, without knowing anybody on the FYPs, it's kind of like, man, I can't draw an assessment. I only have to go off of what other people are telling me. And at the time, I was just surrounded by a lot of people who were telling me that you were just absolutely foul. So, like, Zach the Brat, like, big up, dude, my bad. I'll fucking come support you and this, that, and the other. I don't want anything with you. We're good. I don't want you thinking that I'm like against you or whatever.
Yeah,
I know how to right my wrongs. Trust me.
So my next point was that he didn't address any of the mass reporting to Zach, Zach's accounts on the fake accounts. He didn't address the fake account that was made of Evil Queen that was showcased on his own FYP page. He didn't address the fact that he sits up all night talking about numbers. So basically, if you actually look into what he's addressed, it's no defense, just deflection. There was no defense. There was no apologies. It was just, Prince is this, Prince is that. Well, I'll ask you the same question everyone's asking me. If Prince is this, why was you my friend for a year? And the only reason is because you could get something out of me. So when I say I was his friend and everyone's like, oh, well, why didn't you say, well, why didn't you, Luke? I flip the question back on you. Why didn't you, when you were begging to meet every single other week, begging to hang out, if I'm this terrible person? So I'll ask you the same question back. Okay, 1 second. The next thing is, I just want to, I'm not going to mention the mod's name because it's his own personal thing. He said he doesn't care about being named, to be honest, but if he wants to talk in the chat, he will. This whole twisted thing is insane. The truth is, there was a younger boy again, and I put that in bold writing, younger boy, in our group who was getting a lot of gifts and attention off of one of our mods, and he was so jealous about that. So jealous because he couldn't get this younger boy's attention. So the only way that he could divert that anger is by putting up a false narrative that this younger boy is using someone for gifts and is using him for gifts. Now, both of these people know who it is they're talking about, but both of these people know that I have never once manipulated any of them two for gifts. And in fact, I've told them both to not gift me. They choose to. Okay? I'm not going to make this a big thing. But you know what you tried to do there, Luke. I know you did. I know you thought you did something there. But our lot know what you are. And you're forgetting we have real friendships with these people off of TikTok. So unlike you, who gets your money in and slags them off 5 seconds later, we have real friendships. We go on holiday with our people, with our mods. We meet up with them. So half of them have been to my house. So that our mods, we meet up with them. So half of them have been to my house. So that attempt again, because what has that mod had to do with any of this talk about you? Nothing. But you tried to throw someone else in the mix so the spotlight could be off you. Yep. That person hasn't mentioned you. That person hasn't spoken about you. That person doesn't even go live.
Go ahead. Talk to him, Alex. Tell him.
And you decided to throw it out on that person. You can say in the chat who you are, because you was upset that you wasn't getting the same amount of gifts that a younger boy was getting, and you couldn't understand that he could just sit there and do nothing and get those gifts, and you have to run a whole FYP show. Yep. And that's the truth.
Facts. And you know that he brought up the whole gay baiting argument. The whole gay baiting argument, because our friend that was receiving the gifts is straight, and the guy that was gifting him is not. And Luke, for some reason, this is exactly what happened, right? Regardless of why the gifts were being sent, it was the gifter's choice to send the gift to be getting. What is gay baiting? Gay baiting is a straight guy pretending to be gay to get gifts off of straight guys by pretending to be. I digress. Luke, you blocked him. You blocked him, and then 2 days after you blocked him, you went into his live and started gifting him without a conversation to be had. And then you took the guy that was gifting him all of those gifts and made him your moderator. And you did all of that in a 4-day period. You blocked, unblocked, gifted, and modded. You're like, okay, got it.
And right? The difference is, can I say, I had a conversation with both of these people involved. Because I'm not fake, unlike you. And so did Cowboy. So whatever personal conversations we had with them, we had it to their face. You had no relationship with Mod or the young boy. Man, I should say. Young man, sorry. You had no relationship with them. You had no friendship with them. The only factor that was bothering you was gifts. That's it. Because you had no loyalty to any of them. So you had no concern for any of them. And if you did, you would have given them a call and spoken to them. But You was upset about the fact that you so badly wanted this person's attention. I personally think you fancied him, truthfully, to the point where you watched him on your fake account, the FYP Watcher, when he was on the phone to me, and trolled him and begged me not to tell him, which I wish I did. You were that obsessed with him, and he doesn't even do streams, FYPs, nothing. You was obsessed with one young boy and the fact that you couldn't understand why he was getting gifts off a friend. So, I would like if you like to, if you've ever felt manipulated by me or felt like I didn't take your situation in comfortably, you can let me know in the chat. But the truth is, everyone knows that that's not the truth, Luke.
And to be fair, right now, as we're sitting here talking about this, nobody is talking about Luke's sexuality. No one. No one. Not me, not Alex, not no one. So if that's how you're seeing this, stick to it, because you need to get off of it for real. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about the reasons why he might have been doing it. And when I say that he blocked, unblocked, gifted, and modded.
Manipulation.
Yeah. You guys, y'all have to be able to see through that. Seriously.
Oh, the young boy is, I should say man. He's over 18. I'm not insinuating that. Over 18. Nothing like that. But I'm saying there was an obsession there. But the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because he tried to twist it on the live that I accepted gifts from someone after he was going through a crisis with someone else, which isn't the truth. It's just so far from the truth. But again, the main part that I'm trying to highlight is I'm real, unlike you. So you bitch about people on the phone, I go to their face. So when I saw a problem, they can both tell you. I called them both out. Both of them out. Yep. One of them even on a public Discord.
Yep, I did too. Both of them.
So that's not your business. But why you would bring that up when this show is about you and your actions, it screams deflection.
Nope.
At its finest. It screams deflection. Now, as you can see, I'm really pretty calm. I might be passionate, but I'm calm. You know why? Because I know I'm telling the truth. So I've got my notes here. I don't need to lie.
Do you know why? I want to ask everybody out there in Rainbow Land right now, out there in the comments. Do y'all know why we're able to sit up here and talk so fluidly and so genuinely about this whole situation?
Because it's the truth.
Do y'all know? Because it's the truth. Because truth has the benefit of being true. We don't have to think about it. We ain't got to deflect. We ain't got to bring up other people. We ain't got to do that kind of shit. We ain't got to do that at all. If y'all don't believe us, then you need to reevaluate your situation. And honestly, if you're investing in this, if you're investing in this storyline, understand something. He stood up for himself to get away from a toxic situation. That's the end of that. That's literally the end of it. But other people think that, oh, well, we need to hear the other side. Okay, well, now you've heard the other side, and it was an absolute dumpster fire. It was an absolute shit show. Not only from Luke, because he just kept stumbling and stuttering all over his words. He's just trying to think too quickly because he talks fast. He talks fast, but he don't talk fast enough, because if the truth was there, he would be able to just and put it out there. But he didn't. And he kept having to deflect to give himself time to think of something else. And Angie, you blocked him before you went live, came into his live and said, you're not welcome. And then told everybody, oh no, I've unblocked him, after Luke had his say, after you had 6 people in the box attacking Chester and don't get it twisted, y'all were mentally and emotionally abusing Chester up there. Oh, well, we love you and this, that, and the other, trying to get him to agree with you while he's calling you out. While he's telling his truth, you're trying to manipulate him into believing what you want him to, you're trying to get him to say what you want him to. By twisting the question, by turning the question. And that's the whole damn truth. And anybody out there, y'all need to be able to see that. And Angie, you owe Alex an apology.
Even actually through all of this, Angie keeps saying, I just want to address this, I didn't put this in my notes, but Angie keeps saying this is all because of a fallout with her. Even whilst all that was going in, Cowboy came and gifted you 2 days ago.
Yep.
I came and gifted you because I told you I don't have a problem with you.
Yep.
So where this inciting hatred to you, I don't get it. This isn't about you, but you know within your heart that was a really badly handled live. The fact that Luke could go up there with no one in the boxes and all the comments switched off, and as soon as Chester goes up, there was comments and there was boxes flooded. So you already chose a side because you didn't give equal opportunities. Your viewers demanded a poll for you, and whilst they demanded the poll, you said, oh, let's just get the boxes in, because you wanted to try to get away from the poll. Because if I remember correctly, earlier, when you did the poll, it went against you. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you is, Luke was naming date after time, after, like, the minute. So, when I told you he writes notes for everything, he's also confirmed that. He told you what time he called me and said, do you feel manipulated? Of course, I'm not going to say yes to someone who's manipulating me. Why would you call me and ask me that if you didn't feel like you was doing something? I would never feel the need to call on a K tomorrow and go, do you feel manipulated by me? Because I have no guilty conscience. So if you, as you said on Angie's live, called me and said, am I manipulating you? Of course I'm going to say no, because in my head you're plotting something. Something is happening for you to feel the need to call me to ask me that. Because I wouldn't call any of my friends that and ask them that. So, again, you did tell the truth on that. You did call me, and I did tell you no. Because why would I? You've just shown what you would do if I would have said no. You've just shown it. You've lied. And that, what you've done tonight, if that was all true, that would have come the day this all came out. You left it a week and a half, and you thought you could do your usual, run away from your platform, coincidentally go on holiday when this is all happening, and come back, and everything's going to be okay. You just embarrassed yourself. You probably should have just stayed off and then come back after, because all that was everything me and Chester said, but opposite. It was them, it was them, it was them. It's for me, crazy. For me, if you're telling me times and dates, that means you're either writing down our whole friendship, noting down as we're on the phone. That's not a friend, hence what I said. Or you're recording our calls because you have the time and dates. That's also not a friend. So either way, I conclude you was never a friend. So
it's giving, okay? Because it definitely looks, okay? I have in my notes right here, as we said at the very beginning of this, 24 different instances from your own mouth, and there's probably been a lot more than that, but just from your mouth, 24 different instances that you just said on Angie's Live where you admitted, I told them don't speak about them. I said do not talk about them. I told them to go do this and to do this and to do this, but not that. Don't do that. Don't go against that. I don't want nothing to do with that right now. Y'all do this. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. 24 fucking times in that live in the span of 15 minutes. You admitted to trying to control what me and him did. You understand? This is by your own admission. This is not something I'm accusing you of. The live is there. The live is living. You understand. People, I'm trying to get y'all to understand something. If it was true, what he was saying, you don't have to throw other people into it. You don't have to manipulate the situation, because the situation can be as genuine as it is with me and you right now. It's genuine as it is with Alex and you right now. There's no and getting and yeah. Did I go off yesterday? Yes, because I was tired of people attacking my boyfriend, but it had nothing to do with Luke. Nothing. Just had to do with people attacking him. But now you've heard both sides. And one side that you just seen over there in that other live is absolutely full of dog shit. Full of dog shit. For real.
I just want to ask as well, I'll ask a rhetorical question to the chat. Why do you think he apologized to Chester if he didn't tell me about Chester? Because you spent the whole live saying I didn't do it, and then you come back up and said sorry. So what are you apologizing for? If you said nothing? What are you apologizing for, Luke? You know what the thing is, Luke? I know you're watching. Because you have about 60 accounts where you watch the whole of TikTok. You have to go to... Oh, and by the way, I do want to speak about this, actually. Because I actually have this in my notes as the last thing. Don't even try that narrative. Don't even try that, because I'm going to shut it down right now. I was holding on to you about your ex and your relationship. Never mentioned it once. Never mentioned your personal stuff once. You outed yourself on a live That has nothing to do with me whatsoever. You told me about that, absolutely. And guess what I did? Out of all this days of anger, never once mentioned it. Yep. So there's another lie. Because I know what you were trying to do. You were trying to plant it into people's heads. Because people are like that. They'll hear that and they'll hear that. And they'll somehow get to the assumption, oh my God, Alex said about that. No, never once did. Because that's not my information to divulge on a live stream. I know how upset you was about that situation. And it's not for me to comment on. So I never mentioned to have anything on him. The last week, I've never mentioned to have anything. The only thing that I've mentioned is what he has done. There would be no point exposing people and holding on to stuff that I have on them because the expose is already happening.
Well,
right?
He said, and I quote verbatim, I'm going to try to do it verbatim. He said, oh, I know exactly what Prince Brat's going to do. He's going to try to expose my relationship, so let me just expose myself before you get a chance to. No, if he wanted to have done that, he has had the last 10 fucking days to do it, and he ain't done it. You did that to yourself. You did that to yourself, which big up to you, dude. I will big up you, Luke, for that right there. Admitting your own fault by choosing TikTok over your fucking lover. Good for you. Seriously. But to try to blame it on Alex is absolutely redundant.
And the fact that he spoke about that makes me really think that he's just really angry at the fact that there's a relationship on TikTok because he wasn't able to have that. And now I'm allowed to say that because he outed himself. So... the last point in my notes that I got, if we want to talk about manipulation, I'll be back next week. 5 seconds later. I don't know if I'll be back. It's just too much. I don't know if I'll be back. I might see you soon, guys. You know you'll be back, Luke. The same way you knew Miss Red was going to be back when she was meant to go. You know you'll be back. So if we're talking about manipulation, there's a big manipulation at its finest. You've already got a planned date. You're back. Don't lie about it. And so all I'm saying is, leave me alone because you know that this is all the truth. You couldn't face your own audience. You had to have boxes turned off. You sprinted out there quick enough as soon as those chats came back on. You know, you could not face the music. Mm-hmm. And you are the king of sitting up on that computer day to day saying this person should face the music, this person should be off the app, this person should have this. You should have done that then. You couldn't. You know why? Because you know it's true. You owe me a big apology. You owe Cowboy an apology for lying. That he's called you at all hours of the night. You know how I know that's dumb? Because look at the time difference in the UK to the USA. Oh. When you're sleeping, it's 6 a.m. for him. He's asleep. There's the lie there already.
Yeah, I'll just go on record right now and say I don't want an apology. I don't care. I'm over it and I'm done with you. Like I'm very upset because I lost somebody that I felt was like an actual friend. But there's just so much coming to the surface, and it ain't even just about me. It's about Chester. It's about Alex. It's about Zach the Brat. And there's 2 others waiting in the wings. Said it yesterday. Y'all don't know. Trust me. There's 2 others. If they come forward, that's on them. I ain't gonna say their names out here, but I will say this. My game show is today. Let's go. It's 6 p.m. UK time. Everybody be there. Yee. Make sure you follow this account. I'm gonna give away some good gifts. But you know what, Luke? At the end of the day, I can't quite fault you for trying to just do what every other creator on here has done. The difference is that you pretended to be our friend in real life. Yep. Like you pretended. You sat up on the phone with him every single day. You called me when you were in a kerfuffle about him or somebody else. When you would need to go off about Canadian Angie, or when you would need to go off about EQ, or when you would need to go off. I only heard you when you were going off on somebody else. That's the only time I heard from you. And I should have been wiser. I should have thought about it a little bit deeper. But I figured, you know what this man deals with thousands of people every single day. You know, the fact that he's even wanting my advice is great. But really, you weren't wanting my advice. You were just wanting somebody to rant to, which that's fine. I'll listen to anybody. But what I won't allow is what I found out. And when I found out, that's when I dropped you. When I found out that you were pitting me and him against each other, when you were telling him one thing and me the opposite, and vice versa, and getting us to play into each other like that and having us argue every single fucking day. And it was your fault, Luke. It was your fault. Because we were arguing about trivial and petty, nonsensical, irritant bullshit that didn't matter anyways. But it was only because we were being lied to. Both of us. And we couldn't figure it out until we started looking at the timestamps on the... But you know what? As soon as you found out... Like, this is the craziest thing. This is like one of the craziest things to me. I know you got something to say, baby. I'm sorry. But this is one of the craziest things to me. It was the day we went through the Snapchats and we started screenshotting. And we started doing, like, matching them up. And he's seen that. Why are you screenshotting this? Why are you screenshotting that? Oh, delete 25, and then blocked me. Boom. Within fucking 4 hours of that, you blocked me off of Snapchat. If you didn't have something to hide, you wouldn't have been doing that. The difference between someone like me and someone like you, Luke, is that yes, we may have volatile tempers when it comes to certain things in life, but the difference is that I will come on here and I will just say it like it is. And you need to dip and twirl. You need to do what we call the old DC dip and twirl. You need to spin around it and you need to throw other people under the bus to make yourself feel better. I don't need to feel better because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. It may take me a while to get there, but I will admit it when I'm wrong. 100%. And I was wrong about you. I was wrong about you, dude. I was. I thought you were legit. But that's because I was comparing you to other people on the app that were making my life hell.
I sit on the live, and Angie, by the way, you owe Cowboy a massive apology. You think I could get Luke to sit on his own live and say, "Oh yeah, it was Angie, it was that"? No. How could my small little platform, get Luke the judge, 5,000 views, who has clearly just said on live a minute ago, he asks me to show this all the time, and I say no? How could I get him to say something about Angie? This is how twisted he is. This is how twisted and how much of a liar he is. Now, Angie, I know you just come back in the room. I don't know if this is another account, but the least you should do as a good person is apologize. Whether you claim to dox someone or not, the least you could do is say sorry for running up such a big hate.
And to be honest with you, Angie, I ain't got nothing against you. I don't like what you did. I don't like the fact that you went after me and had this really unhealthy obsession by trying to find something out about me that's not there, that you're never going to find. But you know what? You had suspicions about me or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not holding it against you. Okay? I'm a very forgiving kind of person. I don't hold grudges like that. Okay? But I will say the screenshots that I was sent from your Discord were
by Luke.
Very troubling, very disturbing, and very, very... what's the word? Obsessive. And the whole time, I didn't even know. Because I didn't even think I was playing on your mind like that. I really didn't. I had no reason to think otherwise. So we had some words in a box. So what? Like, so what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't hold anything against you. It's whatever. I mean, you did what you did. It's fine, but, like, you know, whatever.
Now, I just want to move past this. I wrote all my notes pretty much to make sure that everything he said I've covered, because this is the last time that I want to be speaking about him. You got to go to sleep at night knowing what you do, and, you know, you can't play the mental health card when you've damaged so many people's mental health for so long and been aware of it. Yeah, so we have that. But I've known a lot of what you're going through, Luke, and I've never, ever, ever put any of it on live. To the point I haven't even told Cowboy some stuff, because it's your own personal stuff, situation, health. It's not my business to divulge out to anyone. But you making out that I'm holding on to stuff ready to expose you is the biggest, and I mean biggest, deflection ever. So maybe when you do go live again, maybe address the real thing that people want to know. The manipulation that you did. The way you tell people what they can and can't say. The mass reporting of Zach the Brat on fake accounts. The fake Evil Queen account to make her look like a racist. Maybe answer the real questions. But and, all that was Angie talks about hate lives. That was a hate live to me that I couldn't even access.
She said she came in before she went live and said, "You're not welcome." She blocked him. And then once Luke came up, without any boxes, without any comments, all of that.
Question.
It was fine.
What's your question, Angie? If you're here to start trouble, we're not fighting, and I don't want to fight. I'm just...
Yeah, I'm done having beef with people on this fucking app. I really am.
Just responding to Luke, and that's it. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, guys. Make sure you do your heartbeats. And by the way, I have gifting goals all the time.
But you know, it became very evident at the very end of right towards the end of that, whenever Chester, she unblocked him so that then he could come in. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry.
No, Angie, that wasn't true, because me and Cowboy blocked you on everything. In fact, I could even pull up the Discord messages where we told everyone, leave Angie alone. Whatever's happened. We don't want it anymore. It's not good for his heart. It's not good for my men. We told everyone, leave Angie alone.
It was right before, what was her name? The Irish girl and Teapot and a couple of others or whatever. Yeah. Right before they had that was your hate campaign right there. I don't know them people. I'm not saying that's what they're, but we never had a campaign like that against you, Angie. Never. Did I say some unruly, like, bullshit things to you in a box one time? Yeah. And from then on, like, you had like this really weird, unhealthy obsession with me, trying to expose me as a pedlo and all this other bullshit. Like, dude, really? Why? Because he looks young? I mean, come on, really? Really? Just say you're sorry and just be done with it and move on. Like I told you, Angie, I ain't got nothing against you. I don't even know you. Well, actually, I do know you now, but I didn't know you then. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to people that I've wronged on the app, like I said, I don't have a problem saying I'm sorry if I feel like, you know, I'm wrong about, like, Zach the Brat. I'm wrong about Zach the Brat. I was wrong about him. Right? He's a cheeky little fucker that likes to talk shit. That's fine. I am too. Sometimes. But he's just made a living out of it. Okay, fine. It's all good. But I don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong. Luke, you have a problem admitting when you're wrong. You have a problem admitting your own faults. And that is where the issue is in all of this. Because you have been at fault in so much. When it comes to me, when it comes to Alex, when it comes to Chester, when it comes to a lot of people. And it ain't just us. There's other unseen people off of the app. But to sit up on a live like that and have that whatever that was, I thought it was so brilliant of Chester. I thought Chester acted absolutely brilliant when he went up there and said one line. One. He said one sentence and Angie fucking panicked. And he didn't say anything else. And Angie, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I gotta turn on the boxes. Oh, but that wasn't it. It was just Luke. You know, it was like, dude, that was such an L for you, Angie. It really was. And you know it in your heart, too. That was bad. Non-biased live after you told the person that you're talking about that he's not welcome there. Non-biased live. Then you want to unblock him after everybody else has their say. Non-biased. You are one of the biggest liars on this app, Angie. You are. You just are. And I gifted you 2 days.
Just so you know, he's talking about delusive now, because there's two Angies.
Delusive Angie, not Canadian Angie. Delusive Angie. Angie, I came in and gifted you 2 days ago to let you know, like, yo, we're cool. Everything's cool. It's not even a thing. Not even a thing. The difference is that literally you sided with the person that was slagging you off more than anybody else that I've ever heard. I've heard a lot of people talk shit about you, Angie. No, I don't pay it no mind. I haven't heard a single person talk more shit about you than Luke the Judge. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. If you only knew the shit that you would not be up there trying to defend him. Seriously. Seriously. Like, even the other day when Alex was holding this supposed hate campaign against you, what? Dude, he literally defended you, and so did I, delusive Angie, when we were talking about, what was his name? Fact Freak? Fact Freak said something about your father, right? I have a deceased father too, and I know how that feels. And I said, I said, we ain't talking about people's passed on relatives. I don't fucking like that. I don't think so. That ain't right no matter what, no matter how you fucking cut it. Those people are gone, and they're never going to be able to defend themselves. Don't talk about people's dead relatives. That's fucked up. And I was defending you in that. the situation, the conversation itself turned to alcohol, and you were one of 4 people that were actually mentioned in that live when we were talking about people who drink on live. And you think that because somehow your name was just mentioned that it's all of a sudden a hate campaign against you? No, sweetheart, it wasn't about you. As much as you wanted it to be about you so that you could play that victim card, it wasn't about you. It wasn't. Even Ems was in there, and he was telling Ems, you know what? Yeah, you drink on live and this, that, and the other. You get a little fucking crazy and this, that, and that. Oh, so does Angie. But you know what? It wasn't a fucking hate campaign. It was anything but that. It was trying to bring awareness to alcoholism, which, by the way, he is recovered now. He went 5 months, had 1 slip up on New Year's, and now he's been from New Year's to now. How long is that? 7, 8 months?
Yeah.
And it was more about him than it was about you. I need to get my nails did. They're getting a little bit long.
But anyway, I don't want to hang on, you contacted me working minutes. I don't even know who you are. Danny Q. Danny QX. Maybe I did. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did. I promote people's battles.
We promote each other's stuff, yeah. And?
I don't know what. Okay. You go.
Yeah, okay, so you got a screen recording of us fucking promoting some battle. Awesome. What does that have to do with anything to add to the fucking proceedings at all?
There's just a lot of deflection from the main topic. I think everyone saw it for themselves in the first place. There's no sound. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Says CA Conquest. Oh.
Yeah, there was a lot of deflection. And that's because he's guilty. He had to go onto another creator's platform who he knows he thought they'll just listen to what Angie says, when really the whole chat was the complete opposite. You know, all of his, and this is Angie, I don't know what Angie's listening, but Angie, if you were clever, because I know you like to go for receipts like you told me, but you had someone in your box who came with 0 receipts and a load of hearsay and allegations, which is what you're against. And when I spoke on my situation, I was inciting hate for not having receipts. So would you be able to come forward now and just say then that your live stream incited hate on me because Luke came with 0 receipts, but a live stream that is on a public platform? And also, Luke wasn't given boxes. Luke wasn't given chats. Chester was given 6 boxes and a chat. No polls were given after for people to give their opinion. It was very biased. I don't want to make this an attack on you, to be honest, because you haven't personally done anything to me apart from today. You can either apologize for that or you don't. Doesn't matter to me, because I know what I'm saying is the truth, and that's the main thing. But I just got to say again that Luke, last thing, everything Luke said was just opposite to what I said. He didn't answer any of the questions whatsoever. Angie didn't ask him any questions that the people wanted to know. You know, the manipulation, the mass reporting, the fake accounts, the statistics, the calling people at 5 a.m. to mess with their head, the telling someone one thing and then the other so that they can fight and clash together. None of that was asked. It was just, let's play the victim for Luke to hope to get him sympathy. And it didn't work. It didn't work. So, whatever.
That was the biggest L I've ever seen a host take, to be honest. I've never seen a host fail so miserably on a live stream where they were just trying to, well, find the truth. At the end of the day, like, you wanted to hear both sides of the story, but you wanted to host. The problem is that you wanted to host one, but not the other. You told the other that they weren't welcome there. That was your fuck up. And then you tried to side with the person that was in there spouting a whole bunch of bullshit. That was your second fuck up. Then you put one of his victims in the box, and he called you out with 1 sentence. That was your third fuck up, and then you just learned on the comments and the box and everything because you knew you were done. You knew you were done. Your whole chat was spamming BS, 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 bullshit, 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 bullshit. Just spamming it to you. And it was your own people. Like, they even know that you're wrong for that. And Angie, you do. You really should apologize. You absolutely should.
But you can't come at me for not providing receipts and then you platform someone who's just voiced a bunch of allegations, lies, and hearsay. Because again, there's no receipts.
I mean, and to say that that was an unbiased live is the biggest fanciful fucking thing of all. The person that was being talked about was completely blocked from the live, said he wasn't welcome, and then I was blocked on 3 different accounts, and I didn't even make a comment. Got it. Right, got it. Whatever. Anyways. Game show today, y'all, 6 p.m. Be there, right here on this account.
So yeah, thank you for everyone who was being nice and like messaging and being kind. I do appreciate it. It's not going to be a back and forth of like he said, she said. Now he's finally done his Oscar-winning performance. We can move past it now. That was awful, by the way, Luke. I've heard you do a lot better performances on the phone. That was awful.
It's because usually, like, when he's on his live and he feels comfortable talking about something, he's convicted of what he's saying. He's convinced of what he's saying, that it is the truth. He knows he's trying to make up lies right now. That's the truth. That's the truth. And that's the reason it looked and felt so bad to everyone. But anyways, yeah, I gotta do something with this. It hurts too bad.
I love you.
I love you too. Are you gonna do your FYP show now?
I didn't really prepare much. Everything is that, and I'll just stay in chat for a little bit, but everything on the FIB is that, and I think we...
Oh, that's true. I mean, I can say it with you. I just got to take my medicine real quick. Hang on. I just got to... I'll be back.
Thank you, Coco.
Ow. Thank you to whoever just sent that. Ouch.
Please play my edit. You'll like it. Well, I'm going to watch it first, Whispers and Winks. Everyone, please tap the screen if you guys can. If you can send your heart me's as well and your team bracelets, go ahead and do that. And we do have a gifting goal up there. It is not manipulation and it is optional. But if you would like to help and support, thank you very much. Thank you, Nikki. Let me follow you. I appreciate you. Oh, I already follow you, Nikki. Oh. It says, watch me catch Angie lying. Is it that one? Oh, they tagged you in it, Cowboy. Thank you for all the heart me's and team bracelets, guys. Let's keep that rolling. Thank you. Let's see this.
Clear to everybody in this live, I will not be showing WhatsApp messages. I will not be showing screenshots publicly. I have done 2 reports this morning on Prince, Brat and Chester. I have done filed 2 reports on them this morning with evidence they showed WhatsApp messages. Not allowed. Anyway, let me talk about Chester. Now, Chester, I want to take you back.
Is this the one you want me to play, Whispers and Winks? Hey, we're doing a joint FIP.
Don't play with me.
Yes. Okay. All right. We'll play this one then. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say I appreciate it anymore, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The 12th of March. I'm not going to out these. I'm not going to out these publicly online because it's...
Oh, I'm meant to be reading the captions. Okay, sorry. Luke sending Angie...
Not, and I just want to make it
watch clear. Me catch Angie lying. Luke sending Angie private conversations between him and Chester. Okay. I
will not be showing WhatsApp messages. I will not be showing screenshots publicly. I have done 2 reports this morning on Prince, Brat and Chester. I have done filed 2 reports on them this morning with evidence they showed WhatsApp messages. Not allowed. Anyway, let me talk about Chester. Now, Chester, I want to take you back to the 12th of March. I'm not going to out these. I'm not going to out these publicly online because it's illegal. Angie, have you heard? Have I sent you?
The 12th of March is very specific.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not cool. Can you confirm?
Have you heard what's been said, Angie, of a private WhatsApp message between Luke and Chester? And she said, yes. Okay.
That's true, Angie.
Yeah.
And I stated in the voice notes, this is a screen recording sent to Angie. And I said, well, she's not talking to you because you outed on a live in front of 15, 20 people. You outed what somebody did to you. You were drunk and outed it. And Chester's reply was something along the lines of, he was drunk, it happened, and he did it because he was in the pub with his boyfriend. Is that true or not, Angie?
That is true. Which is...
Angie, can I ask, was it a screen recording or a voice note?
I think a voice note.
She said screen recording a minute ago. Luke said I sent a screen recording.
That's a voice note on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's between me and Luke, so it's private.
I don't actually know. I could think it. Well, did you not do the statement?
What I've sent Luke, that means it's private.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know if it was a voice note or what it was.
Well, I thought you saw it, and you just confirmed to Luke that you saw it. So you lied for someone else. Oh. Hello everyone in here, make sure you follow me and get your heartme's in please, and your confettis, and follow Cowboy on this side. So you lied, Angie. Would you like to come forward and apologise for lying to back up Luke? I also ask, when Chester first spoke about it in the first place, why did no one tell him he outed himself then? Why have you wait for Luke to say it? It's almost like he didn't do it. Because Chester held this live 2 days ago. And yous are only now saying that he outed himself. You're all covering up for each other. Gaslighting.
I don't actually know. I could think it. Well, did you not do the statement?
You were
Play it
drunk.
one more time.
And Chester's reply was something along the lines of, he was drunk, it happened, and he did it because he was in the pub with his boyfriend. Is that true or not, Angie?
That is true. Which is
Angie, can I ask, was it a screen recording or a voice note?
I think a voice note.
So that's a voice note on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's between me and Luke, so it's private.
I don't actually know. I could think it. Well, did you not do the statement?
What I've sent Luke, that means it's private.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know if it was a voice note or what it was.
So if that's between...
She said she saw it. And you've got it. So if you've got it, why don't you go get it?
She said, yeah, it's a voice note. And now she's saying she don't know what it is.
Me and Luke.
Right. Well, it's only got Luke's voice on there.
So it's a voice, yeah, so it's a voice note then.
From him.
But I thought you don't know what's on it.
Oh.
But now it's got Luke's voice on it, but you don't know what's on it.
Ooh.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
You don't know what's on it, you haven't heard it, but you know it's got Luke's voice on it. And only Luke's. Thank you, Zia.
Yes, that makes her a liar now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not from you. From him.
Yeah, so it's not a screen recording.
No.
Ooh.
But it's from him. It's a voice note from him.
Thank you, Zia. Oh, you got one as well. Thank you, Zia. I hope you don't feel too manipulated, Zia.
We'll have all the manipulation, darling.
Do get your heartbeats in, guys, and your team bracelets, please. The cheer ones as well, thank you.
Right. Also, I want to clear up the fact of when he's on about...
Yeah, not you. Not you to him.
So, Angie, why don't you play it then? What you got?
I think...
Why don't you play it? If you got nothing to hide, play the recording. Because you must have it. Stop it, baby. Play it.
I think that right now...
Oh, this is you.
He went into that box and he called out calmly, oh, that's a voice recording that was private. Angie panicked. She didn't know what to do because she knew she was caught. It was just Luke's. It was just Luke's voice. But it was private. Well, yeah, well...
I'm going to ask everyone a question, and I know there is a lot of Angie supporters, so I'm not trying to... You know, I'm not trying to get a result, but I do want to know, in your honest opinion, do you think that Angie's live was very biased towards Luke? We're going to do a happy face yes, sad face no. And I'd like everyone to vote. Do you think Delusive Angie's live was very biased to Luke? Happy face yes, sad face no. And I'd like everyone to vote, please. Thank you, Starlight. And once you've done your vote, do your heart me's, guys. And your team bracelets.
I can't believe that there's that many people that are so dishonest with themselves. That's incredible. It's not even about like who you support. It's literally being honest with yourself. Because if you think that that live was anything but biased, then you really are ignorant. You really are. Because you're literally lying to yourself. That's what a fool does. That's literally what a fool does. It's not to say that your opinion doesn't matter. It just means that you just aren't seeing what everybody else is seeing because you're biased towards a certain individual. And that's just a staple of reality. You have to be able to be honest with yourself before you're able to be honest with other people.
Yeah.
It's true. The person who was hosting the live told the person they were going to talk about that they weren't welcome. That's bias number one. Second bias, they blocked said person that they were going to talk to. Second bias. Third bias, put Luke in the box with no comments and no boxes and play absolute favoritism questions. That's the third bias. Fourth bias, take the victim, put him in the box, let the victim call out something that you did. That was the fourth bias. Fifth bias, open up all the boxes so that everybody can emotionally and mentally manipulate the person. Fifth bias, sixth bias, seventh bias. If y'all can't see the bias in that, then you really are ignorant. You really have to be. You have to be honest with yourself. This isn't about, oh, who do I support? You can still support somebody who's being biased, but you have to be honest with yourself. 75 people said, no, that live wasn't biased. Y'all are all lying. All of y'all. Y'all are all lying. That live was incredibly biased. Incredibly biased. That's the reason the other 400 said yes. That's the reason y'all are part of like the 10%. That's because of your own bias.
Now we'll do another poll. Do you think Luke was telling the truth? Happy face, yes. Sad face, no. And again, you vote whatever you want to vote. Happy face, yes. Sad face, no. Do you think Luke was telling the truth? Every single person, all 1.2k of you should be voting. Do you think Luke the judge was telling the truth? Happy face, yes. Sad face, no. Also, once you have voted, please can you follow Cowboy on this side? He does game shows every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And then follow this account here. We do FYP Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be today. We'll be doing a game show today, so y'all come and play. I give away gifts. There's no drama. There's no talking about this. So here's the thing. While we're talking about this now, if you come into my live in a little bit, do not talk about that in the comments. If you do, you'll be automatically blocked. It's a game show. We're there to give away gifts. We're there to have fun. We're there to and even if you don't agree with me and Alex, you're still welcome to come play. It doesn't matter. I'm not holding any bias against y'all. I'm not. I ain't gonna do that.
Z is lighting you up.
Oh, hi Z.
Thank you. Hi Jackie, by the way.
You're gonna do that. What?
I was just saying hi to Jackie. Luke is definitely telling the truth. Fair enough. Thank you, Zia. Thank you. You really don't have to gift. Honestly, it's okay, but thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. My mum constantly asks I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm literally. I feel like there's a weight lifted off my shoulder because I feel like he just did it for me. Like he really just did the work for me. He showed everything I've said. He confirmed everything he said to Angie. I told him to do this. I told him to say that. I told him to not speak. Yeah, exactly. You told me. You manipulated me and you told me what to say and didn't say. Thank you for confirming that.
By your own admission.
You know, thank you.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, I broke my hand and I broke my arm. It sucks. I got a little break back here by my elbow and then...
I didn't out his relationship status whatsoever.
Nope.
He outed himself and he did that on purpose because he wanted to make it look like I was about to do that. Yep. How could he know what I was going to do when I haven't got any communication with him? Number one. Number two, if I was going to do that, it would have been out by now. But I have morals unlike him. Because just to let you all know now, there's a few more of you. He outed my own mental health struggles 4 times in Angie's live. Where's everyone saying that now then? He told Angie Alex wanted to do, and I quote, stupid things to himself because of TikTok. So he outed my own mental health and issues, but no one's talking about that. In your own face, this time, in front of you. So where's the outrage there? Just make it make sense. You need to make a lot of things make sense of what you say. You have taken a whole flip-flop 360 turn. It is unreal. Oh yeah, my God.
Yeah, make it make sense. You were behind us 100%, and you were the one texting Alex, making sure he was okay when he was having a mental fucking breakdown on live, and now you're coming in here throwing it in his face. Make it make sense.
Not to mention, you screen recorded every single one of Delusive Angie's live and sent me it. That's how I know what's been said in her live. From you.
Ipso facto.
Don't do that and make it make sense. Don't do that.
And then coming in here yesterday and trying to gaslight me about gifting. because Luke gifts us. Honey, I have a higher gifting badge than Luke, and I gifted Luke every day. That was uncalled for yesterday as well. Just so you're very aware of that. This is. Go ahead, baby.
Sorry, I don't even want to make this about you. I know you want this to be about you, make it make sense. But I'll say one thing: there's a reason why you blocked me ever since. Because all those screen recordings of every single live, Angie's Canadian is all from you. That's how me and Cowboy have always known about everything going on because we've got them all blocked. Second of all, if you're saying you didn't do that, there's literally an attachment on my emails because you didn't have enough space to send it on Snapchat and you emailed me it. Please don't make me bring that up. Please make yourself make sense.
Yeah, you need to apologize, honestly, because you're being incredibly insensitive and incredibly biased, and also incredibly, you're being an incredible liar, is what you're doing. You really need to jeggedy check yourself before you wreck yourself, girl. Seriously, because you got great potential on this app. You do a lot. You come with it. You absolutely do. And you know what? You might be one of the best screen recorders out there, and that very well might be true. But at the end of the day, you sitting in here flip-flopping on us like that shows your wishy-washiness. We have no time for wishy-washy. We have no time for that. None. Zero, zilch, nada, zavite, zilch. Nothing. This is the reason we're blocking Luke. This is the reason we're blocking a lot of people. If you're going to be wishy-washy like that, can't do it. Can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's not in it. It's not in it for me to be wishy-washy. I just can't.
She was in Angie's live being negative about us literally 20 minutes ago. Bye then. Mods. Bye. I don't want her in here. Adios. You're fake, you're out. It's my new motive. Yeah. Everyone's saying Cowboy's a vibe.
I am a vibe. I'm a total vibe. I'm a total vibe. It's because I'm on my medication right now. It's starting to kick in, isn't it? You can tell. You can tell because I'm starting to get a little witty. You should see me on live last night at like 3 a.m. I couldn't go to sleep and I had just taken my meds and I was it was crazy this morning.
This was meant to be an FYP show, but this whole thing was the FYP, so I don't want to continue going on about it. So we are still technically on an FYP show, so if any of you actually have a genuine question, this is the only time I'm going to keep talking about it anymore, so you can feel free if you have a genuine question. And even if you're not really agreeing with me, you can ask, as long as you're respectful. But if you want to help with heart me's and taps as well, share it out. We should be at 50k taps by now.
Look at what D just said. I need a man who will protect me and stand up for me and stand by me. And that cowboy does. I'm following D. Hold on. I like you. All right. That's what I'm talking about. I got to be protected. Lulu.